Hi dolls! Today I'm going to be giving you a full tour of my Barbie display shelf, the one that you always see in the background of all of my Barbie videos these days. I'm excited for this because I have been working quite a lot on this shelf during this year. I would say from the months of May until now I have been able to get a lot more Barbie stuff. My Barbie collection has grown immensely and that has enabled my shelf to really fill up and take shape, and it's been really fun to organize everything and just set it all up and finally have a full-on Barbie display. I really love it, I'm proud of it. It is probably the highlight of my whole room, my favorite part. And so I thought I would share it with you all because I think this is something you all might be interested in, but also because I'm very proud of my shelf and I just wanted to show it to you all. Of course, this shelf is ever changing, so by the time this video is up, something might be a little different about it because I'm always getting new Barbie things and rearranging everything. I have been waiting a while to do this, but I thought, why not just do it now? So yes, let's see my Barbie shelf. Oh, but one thing quickly, it isn't just a Barbie shelf solely. I also have a few of my favorite Disney things on here because I don't have another shelf to display my Disney things separately. I have many shelves in my room, but they are all filled up with other things, other dolls and stuff, and I don't have room for another one. So unfortunately I cannot display my Disney things on their own right now, but I think it's okay to put them with Barbie because Disney and Barbie are rather similar, and especially the dolls, a lot of the Disney dolls are made by Mattel and they look the most similar to Barbie dolls. So it doesn't really clash that much and they all look really good together. So yes, this is actually a tour of my Barbie slash a little bit of Disney shelf. I hope you all enjoy it. Well, I'm actually going to start from the side of my shelf. This is the first thing I see whenever I walk in to my room. I have my Princess Power poster here that we got when we saw the movie in the cinema, and also just a bunch of different Barbie pictures that I like, a lot of them being vintage Barbie, of course, which leads me up to the very top of the shelf where I keep the majority of my vintage Barbie dolls. And I have another picture here of this Barbie artwork that I really like. It looks a lot like she's from the 1950s, which I really love. I do sometimes wish that she was created in 1949 instead of 1959, so we could have a lot more 50s styled Barbies. Speaking of 50s, I also have this mug that came out for Barbie's 50th anniversary. It's so awesome, I love it. As you can see, most of these dolls are out of box, as a lot of them come that way, or I take them out myself. However, I do have a few boxed dolls up here as well, ones that I think look too good in their boxes, including my 2015 Cinderella doll. I know she's neither Barbie nor vintage, but as I said, this is also a Disney shelf and I do think she has a vintage vibe to her. I mainly put her here though because I really wanted to display her and her box in full glory. I was planning on taking her out of the box actually, and of course above it all I have my totally hair Barbie canvas. Please ignore the mark on her face. She actually started to melt last summer and I tried to fix it and only made it worse. Moving down to the first shelf, which I have dedicated to the classic Barbie movies, the very early ones. Honestly, these dolls are becoming vintage themselves now, aren't they? I have the Nutcracker, Rapunzel, Swan Lake, and Princess and the Pauper. So the first 4 movies. I feel very blessed to be able to own all of these now. I love them so much. And over here I display these 2 lovely books that I have about these movies. I really love these and how they make my display look. Honestly, such a must-have for any Barbie fan. And of course, I really love adding little bits of decor to my shelves. Here I have this lovely teacup since I love tea, and I do think there is no better combination than classic Barbie fairy tales and tea. Thumbs up if you agree. I also keep my tiara here because Barbie princesses, you get the idea. And over here I have these really nice swan ornaments. As soon as I saw these, I thought of my favorite Barbie movie, Swan Lake, and I knew I had to get them to display on here. You can actually put flowers or candles in them, which I haven't got right now, but I still think they look really nice on their own, and displayed of course next to my lovely Odette. And of course little Wolfie is here next to Erica. And on the side here I have a little collage of these movies to cover up the unpainted part of the shelf and just to make it a little more Barbie. Moving down to the next level, which is the one you can all mainly see in my videos now, I have the rest of my classic Barbie movie dolls. I have Diamond Castle Alexa, some Musketeer girls down here, my 2 Alina dolls, and Princess Genevieve. Now I love the 12 Dancing Princesses a lot. It's in my top 3 favorite Barbie movies, so I've ended up making a mini shrine to it on this shelf with this picture of Genevieve and Derek in that wonderful, wonderful scene. I really love how this looks. I think the picture suits the frame so well. And in the front I have this musical ornament which I have wanted to own for ages, and I was finally able to purchase it recently. I just think it's so lovely, definitely one of my favorite pieces of Barbie merchandise. And just here I have some more storybooks, the Fairytopia series. I just got these recently and will be doing Let's Reads of them very soon. And moving across is probably one of the most exciting parts of the shelf, my Barbie movies. I absolutely love how they all look together here. Of course, I've displayed them all in chronological order, from the Nutcracker all the way to the TV series Dreamhouse Adventures. And behind there I have my Dreamhouse Adventures doll, Little Taffy, and my Dolphin Magic doll behind Dolphin Magic. I also chose to display my fashion fairy tale doll here because I really love this movie and I think she also deserves to be displayed in her full glittery glory. Behind her I also have some cutouts that I've saved from some boxes. Behind the DVDs I keep the VHS tapes I have of the first 3 movies and Fairytopia. I think it's really cool to have these as a collector, and I know that this is what I would have watched them on if I watched Barbie movies as a kid. Down to the next level I have another little part dedicated to vintage Barbie. I have my 2 beloved teddy bear girls here together, and behind them I have my collection of older Barbie books. The Sweetheart series from the 90s, I really enjoy these, and some little golden books as well. And behind them, here at the back, I have displayed the boxes for the dolls. Now I have realized that my Dreamtime girl here is actually the only 80s Barbie I have, but I do have some more 80s Barbie over here with this little nightlight with the peaches and cream logo on it. I really love this. It's not actually from the 80s, but I do have these VHS tapes that are. I just got these recently, so I haven't watched them yet, but I'm very excited to. And next to them I keep my Barbie movie cards because, like I said, I think classic Barbie movies are pretty vintage now in of themselves. And here I have some Barbie comics from the early 90s, which are so cool. I absolutely love them. and behind them I have my other Barbie movie storybooks. Moving on to the shelf next to that is where I keep the majority of my newer Barbie movie dolls. I have quite a lot of them, as you can see, and it's getting very crowded here. I'm going to probably have to rearrange everything eventually and make more room, but of course I'm very blessed to have all of these beauties. I love them so much. And up here on the wall I have some more pictures that I have saved from some of their boxes. And over here, the last shelf on this level, I have made kind of into a special Barbie section. I ended up putting a lot of the Barbie things that were given to me as gifts here. This amazing beauty right here was a gift from my fellow admin and best friend Katie for my birthday this year. And this girl here was also a birthday present from Katie for my 17th birthday. I also got this figure in a Kinder surprise egg from her one Easter, since we loved getting the Barbie Kinder egg for each other each year. And I got this girl another year. My other best friend Kalia gifted me this early 2000s Barbie purse. It is so nice and soft, I love it. And these wireless headphones I won in an Azusa Barbie giveaway. The only two things that weren't gifts on this shelf were this little alarm clock and these little storage drawers that I used to store some of my jewelry. And of course I have some more Barbie inspired pictures up on the side here. Now on to the next level, which is where all of my Disney things start. As I said, I don't display all of my Disney things. These three shelves are only dedicated to my top 5 favorite Disney films. My first two have their own separate sections, and the first section here is dedicated to my 3rd, 4th and 5th favorites, which are Beauty and the Beast, Sleeping Beauty and The Little Mermaid. I have the movies here, including some specials and sequels, and I have my Aurora dolls and my Ariel dolls. Funnily enough, I have 2 of each of them, and I don't even have one Belle. I also have a lot of Ariel figures and such, so it looks like this is a Little Mermaid shelf, but I do have this little Beauty and the Beast Kinder figure here, as well as the CD soundtrack. I do have more Beauty and the Beast stuff that I display elsewhere. Now onto the middle shelf, which is my beloved Cinderella shelf. As you can see, I have quite a lot of Cinderella things. Of course, I have my Cinderella dolls, both next to their pictures, both the original and the live-action wedding version. I know it would probably make more sense to have the regular live-action version here, but as I said, I'm not taking her out, and I did get this one first. Probably could have kept her in her box too, but I'm still very glad to display her like this. In front of them, I keep this lovely clock that I picked up secondhand just because I really liked it and thought it was so beautiful. But I ended up putting it with my Cinderella stuff because I realized how well it fit with the display. With the birds and being a clock and all, my brother even pointed out that it looked like the coach from the movie, so definitely a very fitting piece, which I love. Then over on this side, I have this Cinderella Castle money box. I don't use it for that, but it does come with body lotion and perfume inside, which, as you can tell, I definitely do use. And here I have all of the movies, the original, the sequels and the live action. And I also have the original and live action CD soundtracks. And just here at the front I have my Cinderella books. the original Disney story and the one that was made out of the live action. Finally, on this side, I made a little collage wall with pictures from both movies, all matching, of course. And right over here is my Tangled shelf, my second favorite Disney film, also very beloved to me. As you can see, I have a similar theme going on here as with my Cinderella one. I put another collage feature wall with pictures from the movie, and on the other side I have my Tangled books. I have quite a few, and actually another one that I have displayed elsewhere. I also have a Tangled version of the Moneybox Castle, and I've used a lot of this perfume as well. And at the back I have my beloved Flynn and Rapunzel dolls with their picture and of course the movie. I also have this special that comes before the series, which I am yet to watch, but I really want to. Oh, and of course I have this little Kinder figurine too. Now for the very bottom row, here's where I keep the rest of my Disney films, including some live action Disney Channel ones. I also have these little Disney princess episodes. I know these ones are technically made for little girls, but I really enjoy them. I also keep my Moana perfume here. This was a gift a couple of Christmases ago and I've used a lot of it as well. And then here at the front I have my Beauty and the Beast Disney ears. Moving on to the middle shelf, here is where I keep all of my non-Disney animated films such as Dreamworks and 20th Century Fox. Anastasia is definitely my favorite movie out of these, which is why I have these figurines displayed at the front, along with my donkey figurine because I absolutely love Shrek as well. And just behind here I display a couple of my favorite TV series, including H2O, Just Add Water, and Hannah Montana. And now for the very last section of my shelf, we go back to Barbie. Here is just a miscellaneous kind of shelf where I've put more random things, I guess. I have one of my few boxed dolls, this lovely orchestra Barbie. I received her a few Christmases ago and I decided that she was one of the few that would probably look far better in her box than if I were to take her out. Next to her I have some Dreamtopia puzzles, which I still haven't done yet, but they make a nice display. And in the front I have this pink bike. I don't know if it's actually a Barbie bike, but I still think it's nice and it fits well. Over here I have these two collector cups from back when our local smoothie bar was serving smoothies in them for a time. And here I have my colour reveal Barbie that Katie also gifted me for my birthday this year. Finally, at the front of my shelf I've got some more Barbie pictures hanging up, a vintage Barbie head logo, and this string of Polaroids that I made myself, featuring some of my favorite Barbie movie quotes. And that is my Barbie / Disney display shelf for the moment. I hope you all enjoyed watching this video. Of course, I will do an update, I think later on in the year, maybe towards the end, to update you all on my shelf and how it will look then. And hopefully next year Katie can be reunited with the rest of her collection that she has at home, and she'll be able to bring them into her new house hopefully and create a new display and show you all her Barbie collection. But this is mine for now. I hope you all enjoyed watching this video. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in one of our next ones hopefully soon. Peace!